The moment has finally arrived, everyone. Our book is out, Golf and the Grail. Now, what's really magical about this book, it's for those of you who are up to here with all the mumbo-jumbo technical thoughts, thinking about 5 things at the same time, frustrated with your game, hurting yourself because of golf. All that stuff is done in the book, and it's done by one of our wonderful students, right, who is the author of the book. The man is an absolute genius writer. He's a Franco-Italian living in France, Mr. Virgil Pace. You know who was teaching Virgil? Edouard Montaz. Edward, our centurion for wisdom in golf in Europe, who directs our instruction in Europe. And he's very fluent in English. So all of you in the UK who want an amazing lesson, you got to head down to Paris. What a great excuse to go to Paris, right? Go see Edward and get yourself finely tuned for your golf swing. So Edward, thank you so much for putting this together with Virgil. We're very, very thankful for it. And we'll see you soon, buddy. All the best. Get to Amazon.com. For those of you in Canada, Amazon.ca, Amazon, wherever you are in the world, and go ahead and order Golf and the Grail, and be patient with the delivery. If you want to offer this as a gift certificate, give the picture to somebody and let them know that, hey, it may not make it for Christmas, but it's well worth the wait. So excited, and so excited for all of you for this book. All the best. Hey everyone, Sean Savin Moo at your service. Who doesn't want long drives with very, very easy movements? Movements that are not going to hurt you, movements that you could do all day, last throughout the whole round, and pound it past your friends. This is a very important lesson that you're going to have. We're going to show you 3 very specific things that many players on the PGA Tour have integrated from the long drive tour, right?
Yeah.
And it's a blast. You're designed for it. You don't want to miss this one. But before we start, we would absolutely love to have you join us and subscribe to our channel.
Please leave a comment down below and give us a thumbs up.
And please hit the bell so that you never miss the videos.
You don't want to miss another video. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Okay. Backswing is where it's at.
Right.
And there are many, many changes that have occurred in the backswing, not just to increase range of motion, decrease injury, because there's been a lot of injured backs on the PGA Tour, a lot of injured shoulders, separated ribs, all that nasty stuff. We want to stay the heck away from that. And we're going to show you how your body's already designed to do this. So Moo, we'll start with you.
Okay.
The backswing, you know, this is how they taught the backswing before you were born, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
This is the stuff that I was putting up with.
Yeah.
They said that in the backswing, you want to resist with the lower body.
Okay.
And you want to coil your upper body against your lower body.
Right.
So if you set up to the ball,
Yeah.
and you freeze your lower body completely,
Okay.
and try to make a big backswing from there. So,
Last turn?
like no lower body at all.
Okay.
There we go. So this was what they were doing.
Oh yeah, that feels bad.
So obviously right now your ribs and your lower back are taking the brunt of that.
Yeah.
Now you take all that built up, pent up tension, and then you say, whip the club that way. So then your kinetic chain engages, and something's going to give.
Yeah.
And you can't sustain that for a long period of time.
No.
You'll get hurt.
Yeah.
And many have. Where if we look at what we do, if you, let's say, take your backswing, super slow and super relaxed.
Okay.
So as he goes super slow and super relaxed, he's keeping this relaxed, He's keeping his legs relaxed. He's keeping his arms relaxed. Notice how that lead knee has come in. And we advocate that you can allow that lead foot to come off the ground as well, if need be. Moo doesn't need to right now.
Yeah.
When you get to be my age, you'll be fine. You'll say,
fine.
yeah, I'll let that heel come off the ground now.
Yeah.
And this is something that I just can't deal without in my left-handed swing. That's what allowed my left-handed swing to be as long as my right-handed swing.
Right.
So we're gathering a full range of motion. So the two changes that have occurred are we're allowing the hips to turn. Better than that,
Yeah.
we're letting the legs be used. We're allowing the legs to be used to move the body out of the way into the backswing,
Right.
which means the golf swing is two kinetic chains. So if you were to swing the club back and through without stopping, Moo,
Okay.
now watch the snap that Moo has in each direction. Snap, 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 snap. So notice in the backswing, as he's moving back, his left foot from his follow through, go to your follow through,
Okay.
your left leg is now gonna go to the ground. And look at that beautiful snap that occurred here. And notice how his legs moved out of the way. And the weight shift now is shifting from the inside of his left back to the right.
Correct.
Go ahead. And notice how the right foot had to come down first and foremost to engage the kinetic chain to go and get the snap on the other side, because money's over there.
That's right.
That's a vehicle that needs to go home. The faster this goes home, the more money you make. So we have to send the energy over there. Now, when you're performing that,
Yeah.
because we are bilateral machines,
Right.
right? And so let's say, start from here.
Oh,
and,
from here?
Yeah, and then walk in that direction.
Okay.
Isn't he cool? So, in order for him to walk forward, you actually have to lose your balance and fall. And then the swing of the arms brings you back up, and then you can take the other step.
Right.
So you could walk for days doing it that way.
Right.
You wouldn't be able to walk for very long. If you want to work out the legs,
That's right, you can
right?
just do
You
that.
could do a few minutes this way, but that's about it.
Right.
So that's not efficient.
Yeah.
And so many of you are worried about, oh my gosh, when I go up and down like that, and Mark Blackburn, PGA Teacher of the Year, congratulations on that. I remember a beautiful video he posted about 6 months ago. He says, if you want to use the ground better, well, you have to come up in order to load the ground better.
Right. Yeah.
And that, of course, we do absolutely naturally.
Right.
So when you take your backswing, you're using your trail leg to move out of the way, you're going to come up.
Right.
And then you say, okay, I need to go that way. The brain's going to go back down, get the ground, and then you'll come back up on the other side and engage this beautiful kinetic chain.
Right.
So when you finish the backswing, that turn that you have, let me
Yeah.
see that beautiful turn one more time.
Okay.
Backswing and stop.
Okay.
Beautiful. Yeah, look at that. So that's okay. So
Yeah,
notice
it's
how that foot's turning.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even worry about that. I wouldn't even worry about that.
Yeah.
And notice how the knee is rotated in.
Yeah.
So just like a baseball pitcher getting ready to do a pitch is this beautiful big turn.
Yeah. That's right.
And so when you have that in the backswing, you get rotational momentum to take you out into the picture.
Yeah.
So anatomically, half your knee is your femur. Your femur is your hip. In order for you to make and create this beautiful turn in the backswing, the legs have to give.
Yeah. That's right.
But they'll never give to a point where they're going to hyperextend. So you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
And they're never going to give to a point where, you're going to be down here and sticking the club this far into the ground. That just won't happen.
No.
Okay? That's what everybody's worried about. Just like when we walk, because we're bilateral machines. Sav, come on over here for a sec.
Yeah.
Moo, thanks, man.
No problem.
I appreciate that.
No problem.
Moo's going to be back. He's going to show you how he's going to blast that driver. So I want you to walk and cut grass on the way to the ball.
Not hit it yet?
You can hit it if you want to when you get there. So you can hear the grass being cut.
Nice.
And no problem with contact, lovely direction. So as she's walking, did you notice how her head stayed beautifully centered in between her feet? If I'm walking towards you, I don't walk like that. You'd say, Sean, what are you smoking? Right? So I'm walking towards you this way. The center of gravity is so efficiently tidy inside the feet. So as Sav is walking and cutting grass, you notice the head staying beautifully centered. It's moving up and down just the right amount, just for her to get to the next step. And her brain is seeing where that club is passing on the grass, and she knows exactly how far to step to get the ball to be in the way of her next swing. So there's this beautiful up and down motion. Now, one of the tools that we like to use at Wisdom in Golf is called the Swing Caddy. And you'll see it on our website. Go to wisdomingolf.com and to our pro shop and check out the Swing Caddy. It's got a little magnetic chamber at the bottom, and we cranked it all the way up to 110. Her club speed's 102, and I have so many students of mine that just can't even whiff that speed. So we're around 80 miles an hour on the tool. So let me see you. And then you were like having a hard time getting it to click at about 97.
Yeah.
And then you felt like you had to get the ground more.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, whoa, we just opened up another. So thank you, Yang. All right, this is a freaking amazing piece of equipment. We just got to the next level as far as club speed. All right. There it is. So you could see the first one she struggled with a little bit. And then finally you got to click it. And then you notice now the brain gets a really good sense of that. And it feels just how much G-force you need to get that to click. And by the way, we just did a full session, our 7th session for our training series on our premium channel. We're doing an off-season training series. And people are just loving it. And the next series that you're going to see tomorrow show up is the one on G-forces.
Yep.
And that's what you just did, is you were able to create G-forces. And just watch how much turn she has. She's generating about 102 miles an hour of club speed, and she's about 122 to 125 pounds. Everybody's just, gushing over how good you look these days. And not that you were heavy to begin with, but it's a whole new body now.
Yeah. It wasn't the body best suited for me.
Well,
Now this is.
it's amazing. And then because we're in a really good program for you, you're still able to generate the speed that you need to generate. And you don't need those big soccer legs anymore.
Those days are gone.
So let's see you do a couple more.
Nice.
Yes. Did you see that squat right there? That's exactly what we want to get that speed. So grab your driver. Let's do one. I'm chomping at the bit to see how much speed you got there.
Yeah.
Let me get a T here.
Just gotta change the specs there.
So imagine
The machine.
what we want to do is we want to feel that you have a magnetic chamber inside that driver head,
Yeah.
and you want to deliver it same as usual, left of the intermediate point.
Nice.
Yeah,
Wow,
nice.
you see how much? Yeah. Good start.
Ooh, that's interesting, Sav. You ripped that one pretty good.
Yeah. Wow.
So there's your first driver of the day, 285.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Legit first driver.
And that was 103 miles per hour club speed right there.
Very
And you caught that just a little off center. That in the center of the face could have been over 290.
I know.
That was your personal best. As soon as I saw that swing, I'm going, that looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's save some for Moo.
No, one more.
One more?
There's the Chrome Soft. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, very nice.
Without strain.
Without strain, that's it. How'd that feel?
Not bad.
Not bad?
More center of the face,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I think I could have.
We need a little more height on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't quite stay left edge of the intermediate point. That's a ho-hum 280. So yeah, the path was good. The face was a little closed. You were 6.2 up. Beautiful strike right here in the center. So I may even make a little adjustment on your driver there.
Just more left on the.
Just a hair more loft on the driver. Because that was almost 104 Sav.
Yeah.
That's really good. So we picked up a couple of miles an hour there. Whoop, hang on a sec. Let me just recorrect that. So that was an easy 250 carry. So let's see you take it left of the intermediate point, a little more up.
Well, I was low on the face.
Ooh,
Yeah, low in the face.
Oh my gosh.
but really, really nice direction. So
You come with a lot of.
I remember those low on the face ones, you were basically hitting about 260. You're 275 on that one right there. Yeah, look at that. So just
105.
105.
105. That's a first.
Yeah. So you're not
Hey,
even.
people, look at this. You guys are witnessing a personal best right here with Sav.
So using the legs is key.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I noticed someone commented about like you shouldn't be focused on hitting it that far. You need to be worried about accuracy. But the goal is to hit it far and accurate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Both.
Far and accurate. Okay, buddy?
Who doesn't want to hit it far?
Ooh, how did that sound?
Oh, that was nice.
Oh, my. Hang on a second.
Good flight too.
Hold on a second.
There
Go.
you
Go. 285. There's the 300 yard right there. You can see it. You can
You're
see
right.
it.
Getting closer.
106.
Yeah.
That's
Getting
amazing.
better.
And see, just a little low on the face.
Yeah.
You're getting there, Sav.
Path was good.
106 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You were 102. That's tops.
Yeah.
You were between 99 and 102.
Yeah.
So that just unlocked a little section in your brain that said, I have permission to do that?
And I wasn't worried about direction.
Of course not. Because your body is designed to do that. It's not about, oh, I better be careful. I want to make sure I'm accurate. I hear this all the time with my students saying, I just want to hit it straight.
Yeah.
I'm going, well, wait a second. What if we hit it straight and long? Well, I don't know. I don't care about long. Because they're constantly worried about where the ball is going and they can't let it go. But when you're using the ground properly and you have a destination as to where you want the ball to go and you've got a really good feel of that G-force, you can really, really have fun.
Yeah. That was fun.
Way to go, Sav.
All done.
Right on. Move. All right.
You can see in the body language too.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Like I won't even need to freaking demo nothing.
Yeah.
So when I'm warming up, that's my speed is 106 to 110, and when I'm warmed up, it's 115.
Yeah.
So you're creeping up on the old man here. So, big moo,
All right.
king moo. Oh, baby.
Okay.
Good compression.
Yeah. I didn't catch it clean on the face. I felt like I got
That's
it on
fine.
the neck.
Yeah, but like a over 300 yard miss. And
So 315 miss.
315 miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see it again. That's 4.7 up,
Okay.
7 from the inside. Very good.
Okay.
He's getting confident with that thing, eh? Look out. Like I could see, you can see that the brain is finding its way. It's like, I actually know what I'm doing,
Yeah.
right?
I'm getting organized a lot more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's looking great.
That was center face.
Center face.
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh my. 344.
Yeah.
All right. That's smooth, right?
Yeah, that was easy. No.
Easy peasy. No strain.
Yeah.
Body doesn't hurt.
No.
Like when you come and you had a session where you hit drivers for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I'd have been gone to the chiropractor.
Yeah.
And you came in and just, you know, we had dinner and the next day was like nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You
yeah.
weren't sore.
No, I wasn't sore. It was just.
So center contact.
Yeah.
And this is where you're getting very, very consistent.
Comfortable with. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're always, you know, you're coming in from 5 to 7 from the inside.
Yeah.
You're 3 to 5 up. Look
Yeah.
at the backspin. 2200 RPM.
Yeah.
Your club head speed's at 128, dude.
Yeah, it's getting
like
better.
128. Wow.
Just to warm up. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so, you know, 316 carry, 344 total.
Yeah.
And you know, look at the swing on, you know, we're showing you, we just showed you, you know, frame by frame what it looks like. Mm-hmm. And you can really see how he's using the ground and he's got full range of motion, no resistance anywhere.
No.
So no resistance going back, and then we're just releasing the club in the direction we want to start the ball.
Yeah, I had a spot where I wanted to go.
You had a spot.
Yeah.
So you had a very distinct direction to send it on.
Yeah.
And because you were accurate with where you were going to send it,
Yeah.
that made the ball and tee a very precise intersection.
That's right. Yeah.
So if you want really solid ball contact, you need a target to do that, because if the ball's your target, you're in trouble because you have an infinity of amounts of different angles to bring it to the ball.
Correct.
It's like saying, hey, Moo, go to that round room and go stand in the corner.
I was so confused.
Sean, stop teasing me.
Yeah.
Right?
So, yeah.
It's like, dude, it's impossible.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you're trying to do. So if the ball's your target, you're already in trouble. So we need to direct the energy out and towards the target, then you'll look like Moo. Who doesn't want to look like this guy? All right? So let's look at what that looks like right-handed.
Yeah.
Now, before we finish with me, I'm going to hit an iron and a driver. We have a wonderful new association that we want to announce.
Right.
And that is with?
Golf Fit Pro. Nick Randall is the CEO of the company.
Golf Fit Pro, Nick Randall. He's
Yeah.
in Australia.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wonderful guy. And when Nick approached me, it looked really good. I passed it on to our expert here, who's got a degree in kinesiology.
Yeah.
And, you know, just happened to throw a few weights around in the weight room during his football tenure at Queen's University.
Yeah.
And you said, wow, he's got a really nice program.
Yeah.
And there's an app.
Yeah, there's an app he has, it's Golf Fit Pro as well, and he works with a lot of PGA players. Example is Cameron Smith.
Cameron Smith, wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Really good. Yeah, and he's been able to build his reputation within the PGA Tour. You know, everyone gravitates towards him for fitness advice, as well as working with different clientele from ages from 15 to 50, depending on their needs, right? So everyone can definitely benefit from it.
That's right.
Yeah.
55, 15 to 55, right?
Yeah, 15 to 55 or 80. Or 80.
Yeah. Let's go 80.
Yeah. So any age.
And so right now you're in the middle of putting a program together for me.
Yeah, so right now Nick's training me to be a Golf Fit Pro coach or trainer.
Very good.
Using the app and then designing programs for everybody to be able to benefit from it, right?
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for the venture.
Very cool. Another feather to add to your cap.
Yeah, that's right.
And more distance to put on your driver.
That's right. Club at speed too.
That's it, man. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
The more the merrier.
Yeah.
So there's 3 exercises that we want to talk about that are going to help. They're very simple,
Yeah.
but they're going to really help you generate more strength and speed.
Right.
And mobility, not these ones.
Mobility, not yet, but there's options on the app for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Because I need some of that.
Yeah. We always do. I still do as well too.
Okay.
I get a little stiff. But yeah, so first exercise we're going to look at that we both like is the Atlas swing.
Yes.
With the kettlebell.
Kettlebell Atlas swing.
Yeah.
So you basically get into a nice golf posture
Yeah.
where your glutes and quads are active.
Correct.
And we're just going to rock it up to the top.
Yeah.
So we're supporting it.
Yeah.
And now those G-forces are going to pull back down. And I got to support those G-forces big time.
Exactly.
And then let it swing coming back up on the other side. So I'm coordinating that pull of gravity as I'm getting out of the way.
That's right.
And where I feel it is in my core. I feel
Yeah, you got to stay stable, right? And
very stable in the core.
right.
A lot of my students tend to, roll to the outside of the feet,
Yeah.
and they get a little wobbly on their legs.
Yeah.
There's a great exercise that you showed me. What was it? The crab walk?
The crab walk, yes. So this one Nick recommended for me to show everybody.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a video showing everybody this.
Nick consulted with us for this video, by the way.
That's
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So he recommended this one would be great for stabilizing muscles, which are on the glutes, which is the glute minimus, which is good
Yeah,
for.
I heard about that.
So when
Somebody
you're
told me about that.
Yeah, that's yeah. So that muscle is really good for helping you stabilize once you come through with all that force in your swing, your follow through. You gotta be able
And that's the part that gives you rotational aspect as well.
exactly right. It helps you turn the hips nice and control with a lot of power because you got a lot of G forces acting on you when you're swinging, right?
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. So what does that look like?
So essentially, you would have a band around the ankles.
Okay.
And then you're just kind of walking small steps to the right. If you don't have much space in your probably say if you have a home gym,
Yep.
you don't have much space, you can just go step in and out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got
as
it.
a variation of that.
Okay.
But we'll show you a clip of it from the app.
So basically you're crawling sideways like a crab in both directions.
Yeah, and then you feel the burn right away. And
We used to do that in our soccer warm-ups as activation for our legs.
yeah,
So Sav is saying in her soccer warm-ups, they did that a lot to get the legs activated and ready for the match, because there's a lot of change of direction that you guys do in soccer. And I'm sure that exercise would be a big one for that.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing in golf too. We're going from one direction to the other,
Yeah.
and we have all that G-force moving this way, and we have to be able to stabilize that really well on the other side.
for sure.
So I bet you that one's in my routine.
Yeah, that'll be coming for sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So I got some burning coming.
And
This one we see a lot of the guys like Dustin Johnson
yeah, and Rory
and Brooks
too.
Koepka and Rory, they're slamming them up against the wall.
Correct. Yeah.
Not something that we can do in this area or in our gym at home,
No, that's right.
because it kind of, the walls kind of shake.
Yeah, that's right.
You need a really good, like a schoolyard brick wall is a good one, but that's about the only place that you can go.
Right. So this-
Or
yeah,
we
so,
could toss it to each other.
oh yeah, so if you have a partner, right, you can just work with each other. So
Okay.
so you let it low to one side, and then you toss it with nice rotation, and you catch it, and back. So here you see that I'm using my legs, nice load up, and then release. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a good one for rotational velocity, building that rotational velocity for the swing. And this is what some of the players are doing, like you said.
And you need to activate that kinetic chain to heave the ball, because
Yeah.
we're heaving the medicine ball.
Yeah, because it has some weight to it, right?
So we have the weight of that arm club unit, and we're getting ready to heave it in the direction that we want the ball to go. So there's a lot of use of the ground there.
Yeah.
And so all of these exercises are using the ground and using resistance to activate the legs.
Yeah, get the central nervous system ready.
So you can see why this is really important stuff, and we wanted to associate ourselves with the top.
That's right.
And Nick's at the top, right? And so he's working with the top players in the world, and he's been doing this for a very long time. He's very passionate about what he does, and that's us. You know, we're very passionate about what we want to do, but we can't be experts in everything.
Yeah.
So that's why this association is going to be absolutely fantastic, and we highly recommend, you're going to see it in the description, we highly recommend you get the app and you start working with Nick and Moo. Okay? Good. Thanks, Moo.
No problem. My pleasure.
Awesome. All right. So here's a really cool exercise that we just put in that surprised the heck out of Savvy when we were doing it for the premium channel. And if we look at our perpetual motion drill, this is one of the things that's a staple at Wisdom Golf. It's just like the Atlas swing. When we're swinging back and through without stopping, we have a nice continuity in the motion where we're getting out of the way in the backswing and we're getting out of the way in the follow through, and it feels very easy.
Yeah.
So you got that at 200? Perfect. Yeah. So I'm going to start over the ball, and then I'll lower myself when I'm ready, and I'll deliver the action out to the target. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Right?
Look at that.
So we'll give you a little, that's it, 197 yard 7-iron.
So fun.
It's, and you can see every time I do it, it's nutted.
Yeah.
We're so accurate when it comes to that. I can see where the blur of the club is passing, and my brain knows exactly how much to come down with. And everybody's so worried about, going up and down. So if I take my driver and I put this ball on a nice high tee, and you're thinking, wow, that's, many of you are, wondering how high the tee needs to be. Well, you're going that way, and you really need to see the blur of the club as it's passing in front of you. You want to bring it up there, Moo?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, I should be okay at around 300. Okay. Pretty good there. So if I'm swinging back and through without stopping, look at where the blur of the club is passing. And you can see that the tip of the tee is in a nice intersection with it. So if I swing back and through above the ball here, I feel like I can lower myself to the tee. So I get the thing going, let it release, and then lower. And then off it goes. Not too bad.
Nice. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And we're at 300 and, like your miss, Moo, 314 yards.
Yeah.
That's
true.
a miss.
That's a miss.
So you could see, because I had that range of motion going, I had that flow going, right in the center of that club face, 6.8 up. See, that was nice and accurate.
Yeah, nice and relaxed too.
Nice and relaxed. I really didn't have to go after it because I felt like I had the momentum there, and you could really see me using the ground in that swing. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It was a big one, but very, very useful information. That's what we love to bring you. And we can't wait to see you next week for our next one. All the best. Oh, and by the way, tune into our podcast at Golf WRX. Yeah. Golf's Perfect Imperfections. How's that for a title, huh? See you in a bit.